NDB නියොස් තියද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
An hour of absolute madness by the Sri Lankan batters rewarded South Africa with a comfortable 233-run victory in the first test of this decisive test series. Can Sri Lanka make a grand comeback and keep their hopes alive to qualify for the World Test Championship final, or will South Africa make it a clean sweep to further strengthen their chances? We will be able to find out when the action unfolds from St. George's Park. The South African pace bowling battery led by Marco Jansen dismantled the experienced Sri Lankan batting lineup for the lowest total in their history to go 1-0 up in the series. Although the Sri Lankan bowlers produced a solid performance, the batters didn't follow up on the good work the bowlers did. Some of the Sri Lankan batters managed to find their feet in the second innings, but unfortunately the catching up was way too much for them to get the job done. South African batters also found rhythm in the second innings as the shell-shocked Sri Lankan bowlers were caught off guard in having to come back and bowl again in such little turnover time. Coming into the second test, the hosts will be high in confidence while the visitors will need something extra special to get the job done. Dimuth Karunaratne's form is a huge worry for Sri Lanka as the former captain has failed to do anything notable in away test for this year. As Pathum Nissanka is more focused on being aggressive up the order, the stability factor comes in from the former captain, and him being out of rhythm is the biggest concern for the Islanders. Pathum Nissanka, initially known as a stable and classic batter, has changed his game big time to suit the shorter formats, but he will have to think again on following the same mantra in the longer format. With a lot of drop chances, Sri Lanka's fielding had its fair share of disappointing moments at Durban, and Sri Lanka would need to minimize those mistakes in the second test. For South Africa, the injury to Gerald Coetzee has given the youngster Gqeberha an entry into the squad, and it will be interesting to see if he gets to play the second test. Other than that, South Africa will be extremely happy on how their skipper Temba Bavuma made his return in grand style, and Tristan Stubbs, who scored a classy century batting in a very different manner to his normal style.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Dinesh Chandimal was rock solid in the second innings of the first test, and he will be looking forward to do the same in the must-win test for Sri Lanka. If Chandimal can steady the ship and runs as number 3, getting to a good score won't be that hard for Sri Lanka. His contribution will play a key role for the visitors who look to set the tone nice and early in the second test. Temba Bavuma had 2 lucky escapes in the first innings of the first test, but after that he didn't look back and made full use of the opportunities he received. His knock played a decisive role in the host scoring close to 200, which in return became a bit too much for the visitors. His wicket will hold the key for Sri Lanka to make a significant difference at St. George's Park. Although the result didn't go Sri Lanka's way, the visitors are expected to come in with an unchanged 11. The conversation will be on whether to bring in Milan Ratnayaka and drop one of the 3 paces, or maybe Prabhat Surya. But since Keshav Maharaj has found some success at the venue recently, Sri Lanka will be looking to have the front line spin option. And although Dimuth Karunaratne's form is lackluster, he is also expected to get another go. With Van Mulder and Gerald Coetzee both missing out due to injuries, Matthew Britske and Dane Patterson will most probably come into the 11 for South Africa, and the rest of the lineup is expected to be the same. Although the historical stats suggest it's very close to 50-50 when it comes to batting first or bowling first at St. George's Park, the batting tends to get harder as the game progresses. The average total in the first innings is 312 at the venue, and it goes down to 156 in the last innings. So whoever wins the toss will most likely bat first and try to see off the new ball to make use of the good batting conditions after that. Although it might get a bit cloudy now and then, the game is expected to go on smoothly without any rain delays, as a result is more than possible at this venue.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
Z. Quick KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.